quite magical.
Black Girl Magic in the persons of Melanie Lauren
and Holly Chanel.
And this is
Dipped with Sweet and Hot.
That is what it is.
We're here.
Welcome into the podcast, friend.
Oh, I'm excited for today.
Are you excited for today?
I'm so excited.
It's going to be a good time. But if you have been missing the rest of our season with the other Audacity,
man,
where can they catch it?
Did you know that there was that much Audacity out there, Melanie?
You know, I honestly did. I think it's been there's a fire sale on Audacity.
There's a fire sale, and you can check it out on YouTube and all other platforms where you can find your favorite podcasts. We're on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, you name it. You type it in.
And YouTube. With Sweet and Hot. That's the name of the channel.
And you know what? If all else fails, you can go to that right young Google, put the name Dipped with Sweet and Hot in there, and click away to your heart's content.
That's right. There's plenty there for you to enjoy. And we're going to serve you up a little bit more today. So here's what I noticed before we get into it.
Okay.
So my shirt, like our theme song, says
Black Girl Magic. Okay, I see you.
Magic. And your shirt says?
My shirt says Black History Year.
That's right. Because what we're gonna do always on this podcast is celebrate Blackness.
Listen, because that's who we are, and that's what we do.
Who we are. So yeah.
Speaking of who we are and what we do, we are responsible podcast hosts, and
most of the time.
Most of the time, and I'm going to kick off this week's Sweet and Hot.
Okay.
With the sweet taste, the sweet taste of validation and vindication. Friends,
don't do too much.
Don't do it.
I already feel like you're doing too
much. I am team too much because I brought backup today, hun. I brought backup on today. We're going to switch things up today.
I just want to say I agreed to this. And now I'm regretting that I agreed to this. But go ahead.
I love you, Melanie. Just remember that. That's my disclaimer for today's show. For my sweet on today, I would like to bring on a mutual friend who is currently near and dear to both of our hearts.
Yes.
If that continues, remains to be seen.
We'll see how it goes.
But we would like to bring in wonderful lifelong friend, it seems like, an avid Dip with Sweet and Hot fan, Mr. Greg, aka G4 Rockstar. Come on in the room,
Come on in, Greg.
Yes, we approve you providing your own foghorn. We approve of this. So the reason why I brought this back up is because which was it? It was the
episode before last, the one that was the Audacity to Apologize.
Yes, it was. And if I were to refresh our Dippers' memories during that podcast, Holly Chanel provided a disclaimer of friendship of sorts because I was completely unaware as to the impetus and the reason for her embarking on this apology tour, and specifically this specific leg of the tour that led her to an ex-boyfriend 4 years later.
So let me just break this down really quickly. Or actually, I don't know if I'm thinking about this decision in real time right now. Greg
sips beverage.
What I would like to say is that if you didn't listen to the episode, you should go back and listen to the Audacity to Apologize episode for a greater understanding of what it is that Holly is referencing right now. But Greg listened to the episode.
He did.
And he had such a strong reaction to my story.
At like 2 a.m.
That he sent messages at 2:30 in the morning because I pissed him off. And so Greg, why don't you, I know what I said on the podcast of the story that I told.
Mm-hmm.
But why don't you tell the dippers what you heard? Because I feel like, perhaps you heard some things that I did not say.
And wait, before you get started, Greg, I just want to let you know that you are allowed to use profanity. Go for it.
What is yours? What is your summary of the story that I told?
Thank you. Okay, so let's see. Listening to that podcast, Audacity apologize. We know you're a thespian. You like acting, not women. Thespian, not the other one.
With a TH, yes.
Yeah, there you
and
go.
And a P.
Yeah. All that good stuff. So listening to it, what I got from it was you was basically stringing this dude along for some time, figured out that it was a couple of years after listening to it, and then you had the nerve to call dude back after like 4 years of dead silence to be like, hey, you know what? I was on some fuck shit a couple years ago, and it just weighed heavy on my heart. The Holy Spirit told me to call you up and apologize. And I'm definitely not one to go against the spirit, because if the spirit moves you, it moves you.
These are direct quotes.
However, from my point of view, it just felt like some shit that like you could have let sleeping dogs lie. Like, keep that shit moving. Like, that shit just sounded like BS. And I don't mean to say shit a whole lot, but it sounded like a whole lot of BS.
So let me. So
you go.
I'm gonna ask one question, Greg.
Uh-huh.
So here at Dipped with Sweet and Hot, we try to be empathetic and compassionate. Uh-huh. And so I would like for you to put yourself in the shoes of this gentleman, this ex-person. How would you have received that apology? I mean, how about Melanie's an actress? And
why does that have to keep coming up?
Can we do a role play here?
Oh God.
In real time? Maybe.
Is this where you were going with that?
I just here on the spot. It just came to me. Genius.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
Melanie, you go ahead.
Yeah, because I'm minding my business.
Oh
4 years later.
God. I did not consent.
She did not. I have to say, this may end
okay. We're here now.
Floor. We're here.
We're here now. We're here now. Okay, so first of all, I would like to say that I text him first to see if it would be okay to call him. All right.
Who this?
Yeah. Okay. Here's how the text went. Matter of fact, let's get the real text.
Oh, we're getting real. Direct, because here at Dipped with Sweet and Hot, we like to be actual and factual. Okay, right now.
So, hey, let's call him Richard. Richard Lawson.
Richard Lawson.
It's not Richard Lawson. That's just an inside joke. Let's call him Richard. So, hey, Richard. This is Melanie. Hope you're well. I was wondering if I might be able to speak with you for a few minutes at some point. ? That's the text that I sent. So, Richard, what do you write back?
Yo, what the fuck? Boo, you see this shit? No, okay, I'm gonna hit her back, but I promise you, baby, I haven't talked to her in like years, so I don't even know what's going on. Okay, nigga. All right, whatever. All right.
So he says, hey, what's going on? With an exclamation point, by the way. I'm free this afternoon after 3. I can call you then.
See, still trends. The math still maths, and what I just did had to let my boo know, or my current know, that like, yo, I don't want no smoke. But all right, keep going.
And then so I said, okay, hey, okay, after 3 p.m. works, I'll be around. So he calls me when it was convenient for him after 3 p.m. Okay, so you call me.
Mel, hey, I mean, I haven't heard from you in a while, but what's up, man? Everything good? You all right?
Yeah, everything is good. I know it's been a long time. I'm not going to take up a whole lot of your time, but I just actually want to call you because, believe it or not, I wanted to apologize to you for something.
Okay.
So, I was spending some time just doing some reflection, and in prayer, and a couple of things came up for me that I felt like there were some situations that happened in my past where I didn't really handle things the way that I wanted to handle them, and how things ended between us was one of the things that came up for me. And so I decided that I owed you an apology for that. So, um the last time that we spoke was when my show was happening. I had a show that was happening, and you were asking about what day to come to the show.
Okay.
And I think I told you, you know, you can come on this day, this day, this day. Don't come on this day, the 20th or whatever it was. Um, and it probably seemed a little bit abrupt to you. You didn't say anything back, and we never spoke again. And so I just wanted to apologize because and explain that what was really going on at that time, which was that even though you and I weren't exclusive, I felt awkward about telling you that I was also seeing someone else. And so, and I knew that he was coming to the show on that day. So I just didn't want a situation where the two of you guys would be at the same show. And I just what I should have done is just have said that to you directly. But instead, I feel like I kind of dismissively was like, well, don't come on the 20th. And I feel like it probably came off some type of way, and we never spoke again. So I apologize for that.
Mute's phone. I know this bitch on here with me. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Yeah, nigga, what? Unmutes. I kind of put that in the back of my head and forgot about it, but you trying to bring it back up. So,
well, I didn't, you know what? And here's the thing. I know that it's been years and that this probably doesn't mean anything to you at this point. But that's why I was saying that it meant something to me. Even if it doesn't have any value for you, it meant something to me to be able to call and apologize and try to just let you know that I feel bad about the way that I did that, and you're owed an apology. You don't have to accept my apology. I just wanted to put it out there. And it's been 4 years. And if you forgot about it, then cool. I didn't have any intention of reopening old wounds or anything like that. It's purely.
Then why call me?
Because I felt you were owed an apology. I didn't feel like it was opening an old wound. I didn't know that it was a wound at all. Honestly, you just said that you forgot. And so
I kind of know that I pick good women or whatnot in my life, that I choose to be in my life. I feel that it is coming from a genuine place. That being said, you know, I forgive you or I accept your apology. Does it mean anything to me right now?
okay.
Not really, but if it makes you feel better, I'm glad it makes you feel better, sweetheart.
It does. It makes me feel better. Like I said, it was valuable to me to be able to do it. So thank you for accepting my apology.
Oh, okay. I'm about to go light my hookah right now, so
go ahead. Have a great time.
I'm still logged on, but I'm lighting this hookah. And I'm back as Greg. I ain't Richard no more.
You're not Richard no more.
I ain't Richard no more.
You break your character.
So that's
I was go ahead.
That's the sweet and odd. Because so here's the thing. I will admit that it wasn't necessarily bad that you did this. It wasn't a bad
and what
thing.
Greg heard is not at all the way that Richard responded. That's the way that's what Greg heard and the way Greg responded. Richard did not have that kind of heat for me, okay?
Listen, Richard is a very evolved man. And Richard, if you are listening to this, kudos to you.
Thank you.
We endeavor to do better. Okay? We endeavor to do better.
But Holly,
now I'm evolved too. Now it's just that that was a real visceral response. That was the response that Richard probably beat it down and like was like no. But dead ass, you might have opened up. You might have tried to open up something, but he might be in a space where he repressed it good enough.
Man, you know what I hope for that dude? I hope that as soon as he hung up the phone, his girl gave him some awesome head.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
So, Greg, can we agree that this was good and this had a happy ending? It was great, but she shouldn't do that shit no more?
Yeah. That thing had an expiration date. Like, you just take that up with you and God. Like, don't do that no more. And I
so
think
she brought Greg on here because I agreed to this gang up because that was her position for the Dippers. She felt like, I just want to say, Dippers, Holly felt like it was unnecessary and that I should not have called this man to apologize 4 years later.
Yeah, I don't think you should have.
So here's the thing. My position is that I felt like there was a whole lot of assumption that he felt a way about her response. She said nothing incriminating in the original text. Nothing was freaking incriminating. And so I was like, what are you so sorry for?
She actually felt like there was nothing. Okay, let me clarify. You felt like I hadn't done anything to feel bad about.
Yeah.
And that I hadn't done anything to apologize for.
Right. And then to do it 4 years later, it's like, yo, this is, oh my God. No.
I felt like you should have kept it. I've been a dude for 40 years, 40 plus years. You should have kept that. Like, it's a lot of stuff that we as Black men go to therapy about, and a lot of stuff that we bury. And how we bury and cope with that stuff is many different ways. That's one of the ones that I'm proud of Richard, or whatever his name is. I'm proud of the fact that he kept that conversation real short and curt and courteous or whatnot. Because outside of that, if you'd have called somebody like me who,
like you,
I've been to therapy, but I still flip shit over around here or whatnot.
Right.
But maybe he's at a point in his life where he's grown a little bit more. But anybody else that may not have grown that much, I'm not saying the conversation would have went left, because you'd be like, okay, I'm sorry, hang up. But
this actually brings up something that is very nuanced when it comes to apologies.
Okay.
Which is, thinking about being empathetic with the apology to a degree. Like, is this apology, is me apologizing going to open more wounds than it will heal? And people have to genuinely ask themselves that question. Like it basically places value. Like, how important is the apology over someone's peace?
Well, which is why, yeah.
And I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you disrupted anything. I'm just saying that that's a nuance that I see in constant debate, which is a debate that we're essentially having right now. Because here's the thing. I have done something similar, and I get it. I think, again, you just never know what somebody's dealing with. And so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. First, two things gave me pause. The first, and their relation is what made me hesitate. The first was your description of this infraction. I do not consider an infraction.
Right. You don't think an actual infraction occurred.
And I don't think an actual infraction
Greg thinks an infraction occurred.
No, well, no.
No, he does, about the way that I wrote the dismissive text. And I agree.
So I don't think an infraction occurred because you could have said not that date for any number of reasons. You didn't say not that date because I got another dude that I'm dating coming to the show. It's not like you threw this cat in his face. And so, one, I don't think that there was an infraction that was committed. Two, I think if I was gonna reach out, and I felt so compelled, because I'm not denying what the Holy Spirit does for anybody. Okay. The Holy Spirit has led me to do some crazy things. I don't question it. Okay. Some crazy, audacious, and wonderful things. I do not question it. However, in an abundance of caution for the feelings of the other person, would have said, hey, I've been doing some reflection, on our past relationship. And in its abrupt ending, I realized there were a couple of things that I could have done better or where I went wrong. Are you in a space to discuss that? Because I would like to apologize for some things. And if not, I wish you the best of luck and Godspeed.
Ooh, I like the Holly. You could apologize to me any day, boo.
Well, so okay, then what you're objecting to then is the way that I did that, because what you just said is what I said before I went into any apology on the phone. So you're objecting to the fact that I didn't text that first. So what's the objection?
I think the objection would be that you didn't take and let him decide, because that's the other thing too. My empathy for Black men is that there's not enough space for them to truly express how they're feeling, because one, oftentimes they don't feel heard and they don't feel understood, right? And then two, there's such a high level of expectation placed on Black men that oftentimes they just say yes and go along to get along. And so frankly, I don't trust any, especially a Black man. I don't trust a Black man's okay.
Well, I can't take responsibility.
I know you. I know you. And I'm not saying you can't. You should.
Yeah.
I never said that you should. I never said that you should. I'm just saying that's where my brain was.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, I don't think.
All I can say is this. I believe in open and honest conversation. Mm-hmm. We talk about that all the time with us and between us. We talk about that in therapy. We talk about the value of that.
Heck yeah.
I don't have any tools in my tool bag left. When I try, that's the best tool that I have, is to try to have open and honest conversation. If I create a space where we can have an open and honest conversation and you choose to show up in that space in a dishonest way, I don't know what else to do. Like my hands are literally tied behind my back. If I say, hey, are you okay with this? And you look at me in my face and you say, yes, I'm okay with that. What am I supposed to do?
Nothing. You did. So let me ask Greg one question to close out. Greg,
what's happening?
Let's say you were in a 2-year relationship with someone and they did something offensive to you that you felt was offensive, was offensive. Like, let's say they talk shit about your kids, right? And once they talk shit about your kids, you never spoke to them again, right? And then 4 years later, they wanted to call and apologize. And what I'm talking about is this is something that actually happened, something that you know was wrong, that you felt was wrong, and it was so wrong that you felt compelled never to speak to this woman ever again. How would you want to receive that apology?
I wouldn't want it. I still wouldn't want it. And like I said, I've been to therapy or whatnot, and I truly believe and trust in open and honest communication. I promise you I do. But I still feel like there's an expiration date on apologies. You know, point blank. That right there, dear God, please, God, forgive me for doing that, and please lead me and put the right words in my mouth and lead my spirit the right way to where going forth, any interactions I have, any interpersonal situations that I have with people, that I know how to move forward, learning the lesson that I learned previously. But as far as that, like I said, it's an expiration date to me. That's to me. Maybe, you know what? And like I said, this ain't an attack on Mel. Maybe Mel is absolutely right. Maybe he got off the phone. He was like, I knew I was right. That, you know what? All right, cool. But for me, yeah, you could have kept it. You could have kept
it. And you know what? That's the beauty of this podcast, is different perspectives. And that's how we grow as people, to understand. I bet people listening to this didn't realize that there was a nuance of whether or not somebody actually wanted to hear that apology, right? So I think that's beautiful. So Dippers, I and Melanie sincerely apologize because yet again we are delaying a finale because the tea was too good.
That's right. Sometimes you just gotta go with it.
You just gotta go with the sweet was sweetened and the hot was hot.
Sometimes you just gotta go with it. Yeah.
Thank you to our guest, Mr. Greg, at G4 Rockstar on Instagram. We appreciate you and your hookah and your unpaid actor. And this is what makes it. This is what makes it a Black podcast. The unpaid actor of the fire alarm beeping in the background. Come on, Greg. I love it.
I didn't even notice that. And your loyalty.
Yes.
Like Holly said, Greg is an avid listener of the Dip with Sweet and Hot podcast. If you've seen some of our IG lives before, you may have seen Greg pop up in one of those. If you watch that particular one, in that IG live, and we are nothing without you all who listen to us and support us. Yes, so definitely want to thank you for joining us and sharing your perspective. On this whole issue, right? So I hope it was valuable for everybody.
All right. And with that, my name is Holly Chanel.
And I'm Melanie Lauren.
And this has been Dipped with Sweet and Hot. See y'all.